Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and in-betweeners. We are here today to do a Dragon's Dogma 2 game review. So, let's get into it. First, we're going to go through the negatives, and there's really only one main negative in the game, and then we'll move on to the positives. So, the first negative of Dragon's Dogma 2, and really the only negative of Dragon's Dogma 2, is the method of teleportation. Oh my gosh, teleporting in Dragon's Dogma 2 is so painful. Not physically painful, but like mentally, emotionally painful when you are exploring the world. You're traveling halfway across the map to a different city in the game, and then you find out that there is no port crystal in that city. Oh, and you don't have a port crystal in your storage, in your inventory. Oh, it's so painful. So if there is any negative in this game, the number one negative in my fact is the method of teleportation, where they have a port crystal in the main city and one other city, and then that's it. And you're supposed to use fairy stones to teleport to these different port crystals, but there's only 2 port crystals in the game, and then the other ones you get through missions, or you can buy one off of the Steam shop. I'm really not a fan of that. I believe personally that there should have been a port crystal in every single city automatically, and then you should have had the ability to purchase a port crystal, as many as you want, from one of the shopkeepers in the game. That's how I think it should have been done, personally. So that's the main negative, numero uno, and really the only negative of the game. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is something that I would have liked to have in the game. So it's not necessarily a negative that it's not in the game, but it's something I would have enjoyed had it been in the game, and that is co-op. Oh my goodness. Imagine if Dragon's Dogma 2 had co-op, where, for example, let's say you had 2 options. Option 1, summon 2 pawns, or option 2, summon 1 arisen. Yo, that could have been epic, to just be in other people's worlds, helping them fight dragons, helping them fight I almost said centaurs, helping them fight chimeras and cyclopses, things of that nature. That could have been so much fun to do had co-op been in the game. And then the funny moments where you see them get knocked into the water, or you see them get picked up and then dropped off a cliff, or it ends up happening to you and then it's a funny moment for them. All those types of things could have made for some really epic gameplay moments, but unfortunately co-op is not in the game, and so you don't get those moments, which is a bit unfortunate. So not a negative, but man, had it been in the game, that would have been a super positive. And next, the positives of the game, the things that we really enjoyed. 1, the combat. So we did our entire playthrough as the thief vocation, just running around using our daggers, jumping on the backs of enemies and stabbing them. Man, I had a blast, man. I had an absolute blast. Like, I had so much fun that I didn't even need to try the other vocations because of how much fun I was having. And when I said I had a blast, hey, we put over 100 hours. I think we put 160 hours on the game on one playthrough. So I had a pretty good time, to say the least. So combat, number one positive. Number 2, which goes into number 1, is the exploration. Now, the downside, no port crystals once you get to these cities. The upside, though, is that just exploring, going through the caves, fighting the goblins and the harpies and the bandits and the cyclopses and the chimeras and the griffins and the dragons, that part is a lot of fun. Right, so you're hoping you get a port crystal once you get to the city, but like in between that, just fighting and actually being able to slay all these different monsters and explore the world was mwah, 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 chef's kiss. So I had a blast in that regard, in that aspect. But man, I just wish they put port crystals in every city, or an alternative to port crystals. What if rift stones were the way you could teleport throughout the game? Because if you think about it, you do go into like a pocket dimension when you enter the rift stone. So I think that would have been even cooler if you just say, okay, port crystals are just for whenever you're out and about, but then we have plenty of rift stones that you can teleport to, and you just go into a rift stone, and then when you're ready to leave, you select which rift stone you want to leave from. Yo, that could have been really, really cool. So that's my 2 cents, and that's my game review. Like I said, it's a fun game that has a few flaws, a few, but overall it's a really, really fun game. So if you can make the monetary sacrifice, which is only like a couple of dollars, so it's thankfully it's nothing too crazy. You make the little money sacrifice, buy yourself a port crystal, and then go ahead and try to do the missions to get yourself another port crystal. Then you're okay, right? Then you're okay as you are exploring. But until you do that, oh man, you're definitely mentally suffering if you try over exploring. For example, trying to go to Batal before the game wants you to go there story wise. Oh man, you are suffering. So that's basically the only negative. But other than that, man, more positives than negatives, to be honest. So that is my game review for Dragon's Dogma 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough, and I hope to see you guys for the next game we pick up. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed, have a nice one. Peace.